Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Pokemon Scarlet. We're getting pretty close to the end, as far as I know, and I've just got a few more things left to do. So, we left off last time. I had just finished up the Elite Four and the exam and whatnot. It was apparently exam, the Elite Four, and then one more fight after that. And then I had completed it, and we have Nimona to face at this point. Also, I have a while back, I suppose, taking care of all of the Titans. So Arvin wants to speak to us over by the lighthouse. And we also have Cassiopeia, who wants to confront us at the school. Now, someone in chat told me last time, because I had someone in my game who were running around doing things, and they had fought Arvin while I was taking the Elite Four test. And they said that Arvin's Pokemon were level 63, I believe. So, over the last week, I mean, it didn't take the entire week, but I got my Pokemon up to level 65, figuring that should be well enough to handle this. And if not, I do have other Pokemon in store that I can use. So, again, I'd like to be fair about it, so that's why I stayed at 65. And we've got these three. I would assume the other two would be of approximately the same level, unless there's an order that I'm supposed to do these battles as well. So I'm going to assume 65 is going to be okay for everything. The only thing is Cassiopeia said meet them in the evening at the school. So, I mean, it's night right now. I'm going to assume that is good enough, but it's the only thing that has a time limit. So I'd like to do that one first, since it is still nighttime. So I'm gonna hit the right button this time, and we're going to fly up to the academy. And that might lead to a cutscene, I don't know. I've been avoiding these places since they've had quest markers on them. So, let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm here. I don't see anybody that looks like they'd be out of the ordinary, so who do I want in front? And I guess this is okay. Well, let's put Mousehole up front. Oh, and there is Clive, I guess. So, I guess we... Hold on. This could be a double battle, for all I know. If that's the case... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Change position. You can go there. So just in case it's a double battle, let's put those two up front, and we'll see what happens. Because it could be me and Clive against Cassiopeia, I don't know. Double battles are few and far between, but they still happen. Sup, Yoko? Clive? I think I've been calling him Clive the entire time. I can't recall if I actually mentioned he was Clavel or not. So we'll stick with Clive. Yep, that's my name. Actually, no. It's time for me to bring this little performance to an end. Allow me to reveal my true identity. Haha. He just threw his entire outfit at that kid off to the right. Off to his right. But, sorry. I do apologize for deceiving you with my disguise. In truth, the boy you knew as Clive was none other than the director of Naranya Academy, Mr. Clavel. I already knew that. But you know, I've been going with the farce the entire time, so sure. No way. Yes, this must be quite the shock. My disguise was perfect, after all. Regardless, there is still one more astonishing truth I must reveal to you. The true identity of Cassiopeia, the big boss of Team Star, was me all along. I don't believe him, but, okay. For real? I mean, again, might as well go along with it. So, yeah, for real? Honest to goodness. When you heard Cassiopeia over the phone, that was actually a pre-recorded voice. I mean, I suppose it could be, but again, highly doubtful. I pulled it off using, you know, one of those high-tech gizmos. Oh yes, it was very clever. Alright, and that's a bit of confirmation that he's not the actual Cassiopeia. But you never know. I mean, just because you're old doesn't mean you don't know how to use technology. So, Miss Yoko, now you know I'm the big boss. That means there's just one thing left to do. Face me in one final showdown to decide it all. It also looks like he has 6 Pokemon on his team. Or at least he carries 6 Pokemon with him. So I'm expecting this to be a full-on 6 versus 6. Which I'm not sure has happened yet. Oh wait. Oh, that's not one of the ones on your belt. What are the ones on your belt for then? I am Cassiopeia of Team Star. With this battle, I will finally bring Operation Starfall to an end. Okay, does have 6. And I may have over-leveled it a little bit. So level 60. Although, maybe it scales like 60 through like 66 or something. I don't know. Like each one gets a level higher as they go. I think I'm gonna start off with population bombs, see how that works. Because it usually seems to do pretty good. 8. One more. Oh. Oh, Mousehold's about to go down. So, just finish this off and probably switch out. because they're falling asleep right there. Alright, he's gonna send out a bomb of snow. At this point, he's letting me know what he's bringing with him. So I might as well bring in Scarlet. And it started to snow. Wonderful. Well, I've got Torch Song. That seems to do pretty well. Especially since it raises attack damage. Special attack damage, whatever it's called. Gyarados. I think that's just water. So I should probably swap to Meowscarada. Because I don't think Gyarados actually gets the dragon typing. But I can't remember. So we'll just do this. And we'll go with Flower Trick. I guess he's not water. Because otherwise this wouldn't be super effective. Ow. Should be good enough. So, took a hit. That's fine. Poltergeist. So, Ghost again. Or Ghost. Which Skeledirge should be okay with. I mean, they are weak against Ghost as well, but they are fire. Which I suppose doesn't matter for Ghost, does it? Still. But, you know, I do have a Ghost ability. Now the question is that Poltergeist a fake one or an antique one? I don't know if there's a way to know at this point. And we're just shy of doing enough damage. Alright. So their attack rose. Oh, their speed rose. They might go first. But I'm going to do this. Yeah. They are faster now. Okay. That's one down for me. Alright. Should be okay with Meowscarlet. Oh, I forgot that Dark was super effective as well. So we'll just use Night Slash, and Poltergeist is actually pretty quick at this point. Okay. But to finish them off, we're still one ahead. Probably not for long, though. This is about to send out Amoongus. I don't know. It sounds like a grass type, though, which my my fire type has just been taken care of. So do I just leave out Meowscarada? Sure. Okay, so it is plant type. that doesn't really work too well. That's also not very effective. You know what? I'm going to heal. Let's see. Hyper Potion is what I need at this point. Because if Hex does that little of damage, then I have an opportunity to set up a bit. So I can hone claws. I don't always do this sort of thing because usually I find that if I'm just going to be attacking, it's preferable to set up. And I'm sure there are instances where setting up is more beneficial. But if all he's going to do is use Hex, then it's just going to give me plenty of time to do this. Alright. We'll use another one of these. I'm using Hyper Potions because I don't want to use up any full Restore Potions. But yeah, he's just sitting here using Hex every time. So, let me just get another Home Claws. Alright, so we'll continue from here, I think. Actually, you know what? I'll do a full restore. That will take care of their burn. That will heal them to full. And they'll probably use Hex again. Okay. Alright. Now if I Night Slash, it should do plenty. And I might just sweep the rest of it with, well, I was going to say with Meowscarada, but if they're bringing out Skeleturge, I forgot that they had Skeleturge. Well, no, they're Ghost, and Dark is good against Ghost. To think that I, Cassiopeia, would be backed into a corner like this. I should be faster. And I have Night Slash. So, very well. Seems I shall have to terrestrialize my Pokemon. Are we at that point already? I haven't been keeping count. Alright then. And now this is gonna hurt. Do take a step back, please. This may get dangerous. Yeah, Meowscarada is probably going to fall at this point. Yep, there we go. Couldn't quite do enough damage. But Tinkaton, you know, they've got Fake Out. That might be enough to do it. Yeah, this is their 6th one. I was just, oh, and nothing else is very effective. Well, there's that. And now play rough. There we go. Alright, that wasn't so bad. However, if I have to fight an actual Cassiopeia after this. Might be a little difficult with 2 down. How strong you have grown. Well now, Miss Yoko, seems you have grown quite splendidly over the course of your treasure hunt. And here, once again, I must apologize. I am not actually Cassiopeia. Okay. Though Clive and myself being the same person was no lie, mind you. Cassiopeia's true identity remains hidden. But I believe I can hazard a guess as to who they may be, as can I. That is why I sought to spare you from having to confront them in battle. Their sorrows should not be yours to bear. However, Cassiopeia has settled on a course of action and is determined to see it through. I do not imagine any ordinary student could hope to stand against them and win. So, I challenged you to a battle to test your skill. If you had lost, you would have fallen to me to bring down Cassiopeia. Such was my resolve. But it turns out, you are as strong as you are kind. If anyone has a chance at saving that poor child, it's surely you. As an educator, it shames me to burden one of my students with such a task. But please, defeat Cassiopeia. Take on the big boss of Team Star and win. Leave it to me. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. I leave this in your hands. You there. What do you think you're doing? Oh, it's time. Ah, it's time. A pleasure to see you. It's no pleasure at all, Mr. Clavel. I come here to investigate reports of an illicit battle on school grounds, and what do I find? Why, the director of the academy himself, facing off against one of our students, no less. What were you thinking? Ah, no, if I could just explain. You see, this is a rather sad tale. Oh, spare me. Your excuses reek worse than Stunky's behind. A Stunky's behind? Ahem. Remember, the big boss asked us to meet them in the schoolyard after dark. I'm counting on you, Miss Yoko. You'll write a letter of apology to the students and faculty at once. And I'll be reporting this to the chairwoman of the school board. Make no mistake. Oh, there's a chairwoman that... Okay. Good gracious, no, anything but that. I implore you. Alright, it is still night. I've been fully healed. Wonderful. So, for a moment I thought this was Cassiopeia, just right behind me. But no, let's try this again. Seems like it might be inside, but I could be wrong. Maybe I have to step back outside again. Academy in the dark of night for a battle against Cassiopeia in the schoolyard. Schoolyard, right, is actually upstairs. Right? Schoolyard, yeah. Schoolyard is weirdly placed to me. Yep, and there we are. Yoko. Thanks for coming. Hello, Benny. This must be quite a shock for you. The big boss, Cassiopeia. They were both me all along. When I saw you make quick work of those Team Star lackeys outside school at that time, the idea for Operation Starfall suddenly came to me. My skills let me get hold of as much LP as I want, so I decided to use that to tempt you into helping me out. After the operation started, I kept an eye on you as a member of the supply unit, and I had you battle against the bosses on my behalf, all for the goal of defeating me and putting an end to Team Star once and for all. But still, there's a part of me that wants Team Star to live on. I can't just roll over and let you win without putting up a fight. Also, it makes sense that, like, if she's the boss, then she can't be the one to bring down the entire team, because somebody has to defeat her as well. Otherwise, there'd always be one left standing, even if she was able to go and defeat the other 5, which, if this is another level 60 battle, she probably could do it. This is the final showdown. Are you ready? Yes, I think so. We'll see after the fight. Thanks. Oh, you've had time to dress up as Clive. Alright. Sorry to keep you. The letter of apology. Okay. He did have to write the letter. The letter of apology mistime had me, preparations took longer than expected. That voice. Are you Clive? Penny. So it was you after... Ah, no. Is that you, Cassiopeia? Clive's really fallen short here. In the last moments. In the flesh. I've a task for you, Clive, if you'll accept it. I want you to record what happens next, so I can send the video to Team Star. They need to see the outcome of this battle for themselves. Okay, so I guess we're not doing a 2 versus 2, which is still fine. Okay, will do. Then allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm the big boss of Team Star. The name's Cassiopeia. No. Penny. Now, bow down before the overwhelming might of Team Star's founder. So at this point, I'm guessing we're still going with 6 versus 6, which, for the end battles is pretty good. Okay. I'm guessing her entire team are elemental EVs. I won't hold back in this battle. I'll stay true to Team Star's code. Well, start with, I guess, play rough, since it's super effective. Oh, but Umbreon is faster. Interesting. Oh, that's hardly going to work. Let's go with Population Bomb. Another 9 hits. Wonderful. Ow. And one more Population Bomb should take care of... Oh, I see. Baby Doll Eyes is just one of those priority moves. Got it. It's a pretty good one against Mousehold. At least my Mousehold. Going up against Fire next. So, I've got it. Might as well swap to it. Alright, 1 down. And this is the one that boosts speed. Okay. Oh, right, and they have Moxie. So every time they defeat somebody, they gain an attack power. Jolteon is probably not the best one. I don't know off the top of my head what's good against electricity. Earth, probably, or ground, rock. So I suppose I should switch them out. And we've got nothing to say what's good or bad. Mousehold's a little bit weak at the moment. So let's go with Gardevoir. See how this does. Oh, and I forgot to swap out Dream Eater. Oh well. So, okay, level 62. Oh, let's go with Moonblast then. Oh, they're faster. But they missed. But that's not enough to win. And does that paralyze me? It does. It's okay, I'm used to it. And something didn't affect Jolteon. I don't know what that was. Now we're going with Vaporeon. Let's go ahead and switch, because paralyzation is not good against water. Scarlet should be able to do good. Because this is your standard starter elemental comparison, so water, grass, and fire. So but baby doll eyes again. Still not enough. Super effective and a crit. Leafeon. I'm just switching through everything now. I kind of like having all three starters, because that gives you a good coverage for most things. Well, baby doll eyes doesn't matter to this one. This one is special attack. I am learning a few things as I play the game. Whether or not that sticks with me, we've yet to see. Sylveon. Sylveon is fairy type, I think. If that's the case, Meowscarada might be the one to use. Is it fairy type or psychic? I think it's fairy type. We'll find out in a moment. I can't fault you on your battle skills at all. No wonder the bosses fell at your hands. Oh, right. You might be changing their typing. Can I tell from here? No. And Dark is not very effective against Fairy. I have that backwards. Well, I'll use Flower Trick then. If nothing else, it's critical. Time to terrestrialize, shine bright like the starry sky, and become who you really want to be. Where did you get that? You shouldn't have that. Almost. My VV power will crush you into start. VV? Ow. Alright. What are we finishing this off with? Sure. What better way to finish this off with a giant hammer? Gigaton hammer. There we go. Doesn't seem too happy. It's all over now. It's finally over, guys. It's done. Guess I don't get a Team Star badge from her. Is this a flashback? This could be present. I don't know. We're done here. I think we should call it quits. Hold up. Are you saying we should break up the team? You gotta be joking. We got carried away with Operation Star. Now everything's gotten out of hand. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you round up a bunch of bullies in a courtyard and make a show of learning them some manners. But we didn't even fight them in the end. We didn't do anything wrong. Indeed. Merely did we declare our intentions to battle tooth and nail should the villains persist in their tyrannous oppression. Sorry. Sorry for having a bit of time reading that. 'Twas a bloodless victory, we assure you. Yeah, they didn't even send out their Pokemon. They just blubbered and apologized a whole lot. Our outfits must have spooked them good. But the bullies made a huge stink about what went down, and then they all ended up leaving the academy. Our plan backfired epically. There's no way we're getting off scot-free. I guess you're right. This little stunt might have put us up a creek, or up the creek. Okay, this might be a flashback to right after all of this happened. I'll fix this mess on my end. Just leave it to me. What do you say? I'm the one who started Team Star. I dragged you all into this. So I'll take responsibility for everything. Oh, noble and kind big boss, you cannot. Now that the bullies are gone, you guys should start going to school again. Oh yeah? What about you? I can't go back. Why? There's no reason for you to stay shut in your room anymore, right? All I can say to you guys is thanks. Even though we never met in person, you were all so kind to me. Stop right there, BB. Why are you talking like we'll never speak again? BB. Big boss. Okay. I need to go take care of some things. Prithee, speak to us. What is thine intent? Hey, big boss, answer us. And she's right outside the window. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for everything, Yoko. And you too, Clive. I'm glad I could see the whole thing through to the end. I guess this is it for Team Star, and me too. Hold that thought, Miss, Penny. I'd like to check something with you first. Check what? Why resort to something like Operation Starfall if you're the big boss of Team Star? Wasn't there any other way to handle this? I tried telling the bosses that we were done once before, but they still didn't quit. Why not simply order them to? Our code states that no one in the team has the right to order people around. I could ask them all to do stuff, but I could never order them. So it's back to the code once again. The bosses must have taken it very seriously. They did. That's why I knew I could use it to force Team Star to disband. Because the bosses would do anything the code required of them? Even leave the team? Yes, and according to the code, they had to accept any challenge made to them. Thus, the idea for Operation Starfall. Cassiopeia, let me ask you one last thing. What does Team Star, no, what do your friends in the team mean to you? They're my greatest treasure. Splendid. Thank you for apprising me of the situation, Miss Penny. What? Now, young lady, there's something I should very much like to discuss with you. Hey, quit it with the old geezer act, Clive. You're creeping me out. Indeed. Well then, before we talk further, allow me to reveal to you my own secret identity. Aha! Director Clavel? Just as Cassiopeia was your disguise, the boy you knew as Clive was mine. But why? I needed a way to talk to Team Star on equal terms. Students do tend to shy from speaking their mind to their teachers, after all. Much more so when faced with the director of the academy. Yeah, but where do I even start? Wasn't the outfit a bit much? Plus, I have some big feelings about that wig. Well, that's quite enough of that for now. Everyone, why don't you come on out? Everyone. Ah. Huh? Yo, big boss. Long time no see. Momo. More like long time no meet, right? I mean, we only found out your real name just now. Melly. Verily is thy long hidden countenance a sight for sore eyes, my lady. Atticus. So, and your real name's Penny? How have you been this whole time? Morty? We found you at last. You've no idea how worried we've been. Mary. Okay, gang, on the count of 3. 1, 2. Hasta la vista, Cassiopeia. And hello, Penny. Now then, Miss Penny, and each of you young bosses as well. On behalf of the Academy, I have something I would like to say to Team Star. You all have my sincerest apologies. Come again? As director of the Academy, I let you down. My handling of your situation was a dismal failure. What? I still don't... I mean... Why? You all told me about your reasons for forming Team Star and about your subsequent actions. Ever since my first day as director, all I've ever experienced of the Academy is an environment blessedly free from bullying. But I now know this peace was built on the backs of your hurt and anger, and of course, your immense courage in putting things to right. And so, I'll get straight to the conclusion. The Academy's order for Team Star The Academy's order for Team Star to disband and my threat to expel those who did not obey are hereby revoked. Does that mean what I think it means? Indeed. Team Star can continue to exist, should that be your wish. Ooh, Penny, isn't this great? Now we can all stay together. Oh, mine heart is giddy with glee. But I betrayed all of you. You mean Operation Starfall? Director Clavel told us all about it. As far as we heard, you only went through with it to save us from getting expelled. You were just worried about us, right? Not like we'd ever chuck the team just because someone told us to, after all. Ain't our style. Cannot even begin to imagine how you must have feared for us, Lady Penny. Sorry for making you worry, BB. We're all okay now. But even so... Hold on, everyone. I've more to say. As previously stated, the requirement for Team Star to disband has been revoked. However, there are still some unsettled matters to discuss. Allow me to provide a few examples. Your protracted truancy, your brazen customization of school uniforms, your unauthorized usage of Academy equipment, your reckless modifications and jeopardous driving of Pokemon-powered vehicles. I suppose all their bases were made out of desks and chairs and stuff. I suppose that would count for the equipment. And okay, the driving of Pokemon-powered vehicles. I guess they each have one, and it's not just the same one. Need I go on? Your flagrant disregard for school rules cannot simply be overlooked. Thus, as punishment, you will all be required to engage in community service. Community service? Yes. Specifically, I will be asking you to manage the STCs. STCs. Not sure what that is. And that stands for the Star Training Centers. Okay. They shall be facilities for cultivating Pokemon trainers' talents. I plan for the Academy to found them in collaboration with the Pokemon League. The idea came to me when I saw Miss Yoko battling her way through your bases. The base's construction, as well as the battle tactics employed by the students in Team Star, are remarkably unique and creative. I would ask that you continue your team activities, but henceforth as STC staff members, using your former base as training facilities. Oh, but that means they're going to have to keep all the equipment there to keep the walls up and whatnot. Also, this kind of makes me think, like, I think I've mentioned this before at least once. I need to, once I finish this game, I need to look up and see if there is a timeline for all the Pokemon games. Because, I mean, other than Pokemon Arceus, which is clearly before most of these, I'd like to know if there is an actual order of events. Like, is it the first Pokemon game happened first, and then the second generation, third generation, fourth generation, all the way through like that? Or, like, because he's mentioning this sort of thing, does this mean that Generation 10 is going to possibly make use of this kind of training? Like, perhaps these 6 people go on to become basically Pokemon gyms? Well, I suppose. Like, okay, so Pokemon gyms, there are only 8 out of, I think, 16. Well, let's see here. At 5, 5, and 8 in this game. So 18 elements. And usually a Pokemon game only covers 8 of those 18. This is the first one that I can think of that is covered. Like, each element had its own challenge. So you've got your standard 8 gyms, and then you have 5 Titans and 5 Star Bases that covered all 18 elements, each one having their own, of course. Because of this, are like Generation 10, I assume there's only one game per generation. So is Generation 10 going to have a similar setup where you're doing things for all 18 elements at this point? I think that would be pretty good, I think. Because otherwise you're missing out on a good portion of elements, because if you only have 8 of the elements represented, that means likely you're only going to use the elements that are super effective against those, which means that about 60% of the Pokemon won't be used because either they're weak to the elements that you're going up against, or they're just not as good as other ones that you could use. With having all 18 represented, you can then make use, theoretically, of all 18 or all 18 elements. Granted, there's still some Pokemon that are better than others and whatnot, but I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, and that is the sum of it. Does anyone have any concerns? No? Sounds like fun, so I don't see how this would be anything but a win-win. This may be a weird thing to say since the STCs are supposed to be punishments and all, but you should totally join in too, Penny. I thought she was automatically considered for it. 'Tis true. We would most happily have you at our sides, my lady. We can go to school together too. That way, if anything happens, we'll be there to protect you. We were already talking about how great it'd be to have both Team Star and school in our lives. This would be a sweet deal for us. So, what do you say? You guys. Yoko, what do you think? Sounds great. Give it your best. I mean, it sounds good. Like, there is no negative choice here, obviously. But sure. Sounds great. Huh? But, I just... No need to give it your response right this moment, Miss Penny. Do take some time to decide. For now, at least, I think our little group should go their separate ways. Not to say you should break up Team Star after all. I simply meant it's Time to leave. Miss Yoko, please stop by my office later if you would. Okay. This isn't his office. This is my dorm room. Haven't been here too often. Maybe once or twice. Like, I feel things like this would get more attention paid to them if there was something that you had to come in here for. Like, sure, you can sleep if you want, but there's no point in doing that since all it does is restore your Pokemon's energy. It doesn't pass time or anything like that. If it passed time, this would be a use for it. But then you'd probably just use your bed at home. It's too bad this space wasn't given any purpose other than, hey, you have a dorm room. Congratulations. But let's go to the director's office, I guess. See what he has to say. I also need to finish up the school as well. I wonder if I should do that before facing the other two. Well, maybe not, because if facing the other two is going to take as long as it's taken to get this part done, then that's going to be all I can do tonight. So I may have to do that, or may have to do that the other two things instead. Ah, here you are, Miss Yoko. I wanted to thank you for all your hard work in resolving the situation with Team Star. If not for you, I suspect I would have done the team a grievous injustice in my choice of punishment for their actions. You have my sincere gratitude. Knock, knock, knock. Who is it? It's Penny. Ah, Miss Penny, do come in. Hello, Director. About the STCs. I'd like to work on them together with the rest of Team Star. That's wonderful news. Thank you very much for your favorable response. But, I should be punished more heavily than the others, I think. Why so? Because of Operation Starfall? No, not that. Because of the other really bad thing I did. And what would that be? You know, the LP I gave you both in exchange for helping me with Operation Starfall. I got hold of it sort of illegally by hacking the Pokemon League's LP management system. Ah, I see. That is quite the revelation. I did not think such a thing was even possible in the first place. It wasn't all that, I mean, I'm really sorry and I won't do it again. This matter is rather out of my jurisdiction, I'm afraid. I will have to consult Miss Gita, Pokemon League chairwoman, on how to best proceed. I figured as much. I do apologize, Miss Yoko, but I will have to ask you to give us some privacy. Okay, and out I go. Back to my room, I guess. Well, what am I supposed to do now? I guess I will head out. Where do I want to go? Back to the director's office. What am I supposed to be doing? How about that? No, nothing. Okay. Well, let's go check with the director anyway. Guess he's done talking to Penny. If you ever need help with any school-related matters, I shall be happy to lend an ear. Okay, so, guess that's it then. Back to the entrance hall. And I guess we just head out. There we go. Bit odd at the end. Unless there's more loading in here. Possibly. Rododododo. Yoko? Penny? There's something I want to talk to you about. Could you come meet me in front of the school stairs? You know, where we first met? I'll be waiting. Sure. I was, floating a few inches above the ground there for a moment. Apparently. Alright, so Penny wants to talk at the base of the stairs. Well, it's right over here. Alright, Pokemon are all healed just in case, you know? Because I also have to talk to, Nimona just right over there. I think. Yeah. Hey, Penny. Hasta la vista. The six of us thought up that catchphrase back when we first created the team. It's so cringy, it's perfect, you know? Oh, cringe-worthy, but sure. Anyway, about the LP thing. I thought I was going down big time for hacking the league point system. But they're letting me off easy. What happened? Pokemon League said they'll waive my debt if I do some volunteer engineering for them. They even asked me to come work for them after I graduate, if you can believe that. Director Clavel and that Gita lady kept complimenting me, like a weird amount. Apparently I have outstanding talent or something. Sorry for calling you out here to meet like this. I'm still not so great with people face to face. Never seem to find the right words. But, thank you so much. You saved Team Star and my friends along with it. I know words won't ever be enough to properly thank you for all you've done, so here. I get the TM Draco Meteor. Alright. Cool. I'm sure we'll put this to good use. And one more thing. Want to repay that debt I owe you. If you ever think of a way I can do that, just let me know. Great with machines and hacking and stuff. So next time, I'll be the one helping you, Yoko. Is there gonna be a next time? Be seeing you then. Hasta la vista. You know, I don't mind the saying so much. It's the... it's the... making the star with your arms and whatnot. I think that's worse. Just the saying itself is okay. And I'm glad that Penny, out of all of them, didn't do that. Didn't make the sign. And there's Nimona just standing there. Ah. Is this morning or evening? Because if it's evening, that means that it took me the entire day to do all of that. Alright, if we're going to fight Nimona, she has Quaquaval, I believe. So I think I will keep this order as it is. And, well, I wonder if there's one that I should start with. Like, I'd love to be able to, well, no, I'm just going to start like this. Continue on with how I've been doing. I don't need to superpower anything if I don't need to. If I get the opportunity, though, I certainly will. Any second now. Ah, there you are, Yoko. You ready for a battle between champions? Because all these folks here seem ready to watch. Word got around, I guess. Oh, we're having some slowdown here a little bit. And out of every single person gathered here, I'm the most excited by a mile. Everyone's here to watch. The stage is set. It's my all-out power versus your strength in full fruition. Let's see who comes out on top. Not sure what was going on there. I like the music, though. Challenged by champion Nimona. Starting with Lycanroc. Finally, the thing I've waited all this time for. Time to begin our greatest battle of all. I want to see what Pokemon she decided to go with. So, she does have 6, and Lycanroc is one of her usual. These are not very effective, though. Well, let's start with a Super Fang then. Stealth Rock. Okay, she is starting off with something that will stop me from switching as much. I suppose it's a rock type, isn't it? Hence the Lycanroc. Ow. Probably not going to survive this. Oh, but it missed. Excellent. I have to remember I'm going to take some damage if I switch things out. Pawmot, which is fighting, I believe. If I switch... It's interesting that it's not giving me, like, what's good against it and what's not. I thought if I had encountered it before, then it would show me. But let's see. So, what is good against fighting? I think not steel, but I also don't want normal because fighting is strong against normal. I think fighting was one of my weak points, wasn't it? Well, let's swap in Quaquaval. They have leftovers, which means they might be able to heal some of the little bits of damage that I'll take. Like from the Stealth Rock. Yep, some pointed stones. Again, not very much. And all of this is effective. So, let's just do Oh, your electricity. I didn't realize that. How did you like my real hard hits? Man, it feels good to finally let loose. If I had remembered that Palmon was electric fighting, I wouldn't have sent out Quackfall. Oh well. Um, okay, well, Gardevoir seems to do well. Fairy type and psychic. Ow. And then we Moonblast, because once again, Dream Eater only works when they're asleep. Okay, quick attack. That's fine. And 2 down. To think I helped teach you such type matchups. Now using them to put the hurt on. Earthworm is steel, I think. What's good against steel? Fire, I suppose. Let's try it. As much as I wouldn't mind doing a clean sweep of some sort, I'm sure that's not likely to happen because Skeledirge take that much, like 60 points of damage from that? Wow. Alright, well, let's make it up by one-shotting the enemy and increasing the damage I do. Goodra. That would be Dragon, I think. But I think I'm okay with what I've got currently. I think Goodra's a new one for her. I don't remember though. Oh, fire isn't very effective against dragon. Okay. Probably found this out last time I was fighting her. I kind of remember saying something like that. Alright, well, Shadow Ball. Ow. See that crit? I clinched that through sheer determination to win. Okay. And you avoided it. Alright. Well, I guess I can just try again and hope you miss. But that'll probably hit. Yeah. Alright, maybe bring Gardevoir back out. It's gonna hurt a bit, but that's okay. Because I can use Draining Kiss. Oh, but that didn't really do much at all, did it? Ow. What is its strength? 50? Alright, we're just gonna Moonblast. Dun Sparse. I think that's normal, or maybe Bug. again, I guess I'll just keep them here. No need to switch out and... Is that what Dun Sparse looks like? Oh well. Moonblast again, I guess. Hyper Drill. That'll probably do it. Yep. Alright, what do we have next? I've only got 3 left, and she's got 2. Kind of want to keep Scarlet just in case. So I guess Tinkaton, hop in. Stones don't do much damage, it seems. At least not to Tinkaton, that's good. Start with a fake out. Because why not? And... there's a Gigaton Hammer. And now it should be Quaquaval. Yes, yes I will. Scarlet, go ahead and go in. And I should have this one in the bag. It's all down to this, my last Pokemon. We're gonna fight with everything we've got. And Flower Trick. Shine blazingly bright, my greatest treasure. Still wondering why Penny has one of those. I had to get like special permission. You know, I don't normally like the look of the hats, but that one actually works for Quaquaval. A critical hit at a critical moment. That goes beyond luck. You've got some kind of skill. Well, yes, yes. Yes, that Pokemon does. You did it. This is legit incredible. You're the strongest out there, Yoko. I mean, you knocked me flat. I was giving you absolutely everything I had. Everything I... Oh man, Pokemon battling, am I right? It's so much better, so much more fun than I ever knew. Thanks for that incredible match. You beat me real this time. Or for real this time. Now, let's give ourselves a minute to have a quick break, Yoko. Before round 2. Okay. I mean, which Pokemon should I bring out this time? Decisions? Decisions. It is nighttime again. I did spend the entire day on the Cassiopeia thing, I guess. Nope. Here I am back in my room. Victory Road complete. Pokedex is updated. With what? I mean, I've got a lot of things. As you may notice, I have been doing a bit of trading. So I do know a few of the things that are coming up, a few of the Pokemon, but I'm not really sure what was updated. Like if I go back this way, what's going to have an exclamation point on it? Sorry, I'm just curious. Dun dun sparse? Oh, it does have 3 segments, or 2 segments. Interesting. Nope, hitting the wrong button. Yeah, right there in the picture, I suppose. Okay, cool. Well, let's... Where do I want to go? The entrance hall, I think. Although there's a couple of things here. Well, let's visit the director, I guess. See what he wants. Hello, Director. Thank you again for your outstanding work on Operation Starfall. I cannot tell you how relieved I am that we were able to help Miss Penny as we did. And I know she is exceedingly grateful for you, to you for your part in all this. So, I have one more thing to ask of you. Though the request is admittedly of a delicate nature, do you think you could continue being good friends with Miss Penny as you have thus far? Sure, we're best buds. I must say, I truly am glad to have you as one of my students at the Academy. I believe you've more than earned a small token of my appreciation. Tained a big nugget. Alright. Lots of money. I hope that you will always stay just as wonderful as you are now, Miss Yoko. Alright. Oh, stumbling about because I can't turn the camera. Let's visit the nurse real quick, since it seems like something is going on there. Hello. Hey there, come on in. Everyone's welcome in the nurse's office. Oh, Yoko, glad you're here. I have some good news. You're not going to believe this, but I passed the health teacher's certification exam. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I saw you pushing yourself real hard with your treasure hunt. That really inspired me. Of course, most of the credit for my success goes to my own hard work, though. Thanks for giving me the push I needed to try again, Yoko. 10 max revives. Might need those in the near future. But they tell me there's no room to add new classes this year. So I guess I'll keep being Nurse Miriam for a while. I mean, it's fair, it's like the middle of the year. I wouldn't expect... Well, I mean, if they're divided into quarters, I suppose each quarter could have new teachers. But for the most part, I'd think that each year would have... would be the cutoff for that. Just you wait, though. I'll be standing in front of a class at this academy before you know it. Then I'll teach you all you need to know about health. I bet I'll make a great teacher. I can't wait to see you in my class. Alright. Back to the entrance, I think. And if there's nothing going to grab my attention. Okay. Step outside a moment. Although I suppose I could have just flown, maybe, from where I was at. I don't know. Maybe I have to step outside before I can use the air taxi. But here, give me just one moment, and I will return in just a minute. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so we just have Arvin left. And it should go fairly well. I mean, I wasn't expecting on gaining too many levels during this, but I guess I've gained 1 to 2 levels for all these Pokemon. Alright, so I don't want to just fly right down on top of him, so I'm going to go to the next nearest place and head over to him. Oh, and before I forget again, I should swap out Gardevoir's Dream Eater, because I don't believe anything's going to be going to sleep. So, change moves, remember moves, and it's a psychic move that I'm replacing. So, 2 turns after this move is used, a hunk of psychic energy attacks the target. Huh. I don't think that'd be good if I know I was going to lose. But I think Psychic would be better than that, if nothing else. Psybeam's not as good. Then we're getting down to some of this stuff. Interesting. User faints. In return, Pokemon taking its place will have its hit points restored and status conditions cured. Interesting. But no, Psychic, I think, is what I want to use. I'll replace Dream Eater. So now we're back to Psychic and Psyshock. So Psychic does special attack damage, and Psyshock uses special attack but deals physical damage. So I can get around whatever defenses they may have. Alright, who do I want in front this time? I don't think I want Mousehold. I think I might try this. You know, start off with Quaquaval, see if... I mean, I don't think I'm going to get through the entirety of it in one shot, but if they have Moxie, which gives them a boost in their attack every single time they defeat something, then use an attack that increases their... Oh, I hear one of these. Gimme ghoul. Just the strategy I was doing before. Using an attack to make them faster. Using the killing blow to make them stronger. And maybe I'll be fast enough to one-shot everything. Alright, Arvin. Where are you? Ah, over here. Seriously, you beat me here? What took you so long to get here? I've been taking an entire week. Well, this is the lab. I used to come here to play all the time when I was a kid. There'd better be a good reason for calling us here like this. Let's find out. Well, I mean, other than the fact that you're the one with the keys to the laboratory, you know? Maybe they've been stuck inside or something? I don't know. Maybe they've been stuck outside. And if you're the only one with keys, this is the only way to get in. Everyone always says she's some kind of genius. Absolutely brilliant as a Pokemon professor. My mom, that is. But let me tell you, as a parent, she's the worst. All she ever does is work. She never comes home. Okay, so she is not here? But this is her laboratory, right? I don't have a single memory of her ever... Sorry. I don't have a single memory of her ever even playing with me. Her own kid. My boss Stiff's the only one who was there for me. Always. You don't suppose that was intentional, do you? Like, perhaps she got you a pet dog so that you would have somebody in place of her? Or so that she could focus on her work? I don't know. Anyway, it's open now. Go on in. Okay. I just want to get this over with. Alright. Well, in we go. It's a bit dusty inside. Or even misty, I suppose. Oh, everything's turning on. I need your help. Okay. Why did you need us to come in here? To help you? You could have just said that on the phone, right? Alright, well, let's see what she has to say. I'm currently at the deepest point of Area Zero, in the Great Crater of Paldea. I have been researching the unique Pokemon here for a very long time. I'm asking the two of you to lend a hand to help carry out the final step of great Professor Sada's glorious research. Final step? But there is something we need first. Or, this is Sada again. But there is something we need first. Something that can be found within that lab. What we need is the Scarlet Book. Wait, do you mean this book? Ah, so you took it from the lab, did you, Arvin? This expedites things. I mean, I know where there's another copy just in case he didn't have it. Bring the Scarlet Book to the deepest depths of Area Zero. I promise that it will be an experience worth treasuring if you come. I must note, however, that Area Zero is both home to vicious Pokemon and outfitted with powerful cybernetic security systems. Seems to me that you might struggle if the two of you were to enter alone. You may take the time to gather some reliable allies before you come, if you feel the need. I will be awaiting you in the deepest part of Area Zero, whenever you arrive. Okay, so it sounds like it's important, but not important? Also, we're not allowed in there. Area Zero. That place is bad news. It was down in Area Zero that Mabostif got wounded in the first place. Down in the great crater of Paldea. In all honesty, I'd be perfectly happy to never see that place again. Are you gonna go? Of course I'm going to go. I mean, sure, might have bad memories for him, but I mean, that's no reason for me not to go. That just means I should be prepared for whatever may be down there. But yeah, of course I'm going to go. I suppose she did ask. I can't just stand by and watch while a friend heads off into danger on her own. So, I guess I'm going to. Besides, I'd love to give Mom a piece of my mind. I mean, is with how you're talking about your mother, think you'd want, yeah, exactly to talk to her. So, I don't know. Alright then, Yoko. Outside. We're gonna have a Pokemon battle to see if we're ready to head into Area Zero or not. Mostly to see if I'm ready or not. Let's go. I mean, you say it's mostly to see if you're ready, but, you know, I have a feeling that's not the case. Is there anything? Whiteboard is a mess of scribbled letters and numbers. All sorts of research data is displayed on the monitors. It's a mysterious device. Better not touch it. It's a bed for a Pokemon. Mischief is written on it in a kid's handwriting. Oh, I already seen that. There's a magazine entitled Culture. It's the May issue. Do you want to read it? If it's a new one, yeah. Article caught your eye. Enigmas of Paldea, file number 5. Fluttermane, a ghostly pterosaur? Fluttermane, a name taken from a strange creature with the matching description appearing in the Scarlet Book. It is said to float around the sky at night with long hair, writhing about it. Eyewitnesses, or eyewitness, ugh, sorry, Eyewitness accounts describe it as resembling a giant mischievous at first glance, albeit a highly fierce and aggressive one. Some believe that it's a ghost of a pterosaur from a long gone era. And the April issue. Let's read it. Enigmas of Paldea, number 4. Roaring Moon, a primeval salamence. This elusive creature is called Roaring Moon, after a similarly described being in the Scarlet Book. Looks similar to salamence when they undergo a certain phenomena elsewhere in the world, but it's unclear if there is any connection. Excuse me. This creature scatters feathers as it flies about at high speed seeking its prey. It's thought to be more savage than salamence, and if you should encounter one, it's imperative that you avoid actual contact. There's no photo in this frame. Interesting. So either Arvin took the photo to remember his mother, or his mother took it to remind her of him. These are picture books for kids. One of them tells a story about making a big sandwich. I mean, this seems... okay, it's the laboratory, but it also, like, this half seems a bit livable. Oops, I didn't mean to leave. Oh well. Hold on. We're not done yet. Right, that's nothing. Shelf hold seasonings that are past their expiration dates. Okay, so Arvin obviously hasn't been in here in a while, even though he's had the key. But for spices to expire, that's probably been a while. It's a microwave. Looks like it hasn't been used in a long while. This is a microwave. I was looking at whatever this is. The cooktop shows signs of having been used recently. Really? Interesting. The fridge's door is too heavy to open. Trash can is empty. It's a sink that hasn't been used in a while. Mirror is fogged and hard to see in. Alright, so someone has been here recently, but I don't know what recently counts as. And, like, we've got spices that are out of date, and we have a stove that looks like it's been used recently. Alright, when are we going in with Pakwaval? That's right. And the boss stiff is probably going to be his ace in the hole. Alright, you ready for a battle, Yoko? Yeah. Excellent. You're ready too, right, boss stiff? If you say so. Yep, boss stiff says he's ready. Wait, are you sure about this? Oh, I suppose because Mabostif is currently healed, or recently healed from their injuries. Okay, yeah. I can see why you'd be worried. But my buddy here is bursting with energy. You'd never know he was so weak just a little while ago. Won't leave me alone, always whining at me, wanting to battle you and your Pokemon. It's been so long, I nearly forgot, but he always did love to battle. Even if we always lost to that student council girl, the battle fanatic one. Nimona? Anyway, my point is, there's no need to worry. We're a brand new Arvanen Mabustiff, and we're feeling audacious, or maybe herbaceous? Let me give you a taste of what we can do. I mean, you're fighting with a Pokemon that's powered by like 5 different Herba Mystica, so maybe I should be careful. Challenged by Pokemon trainer Arvin. Greetings. The Pokemon that I met during our hunt for the Herba Mystical are all stars. As something else he said. Well, maybe I should have done close combat. That's gonna lower defenses, isn't it? Yeah. Whoops. Oh well. Well, got one. And Moxie takes effect. Send out Toadsquirrel, which is plant, I think. Might be better to switch then. Is Toadsquirrel plant? I think so. I think that's one of my problems I was having is most of the Pokemon I end up using are plant type for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, this'll do. It's basically didn't fully defeat them. What's this gonna do? Oh, it's gonna put me to sleep. Well, okay, and that is super effective. And they are still fast asleep. So we're gonna swap out for Mousehole, for Tinkaton. Because once again, I can use Fake Out for free. Oh, but that's super effective too? Or again? Still. There we go. Free hit. Scovillion. That's plant fire, I think. Wonder what that does for water. Probably just neutralizes it, since it's weak and strong against it, right? Yeah, seems like it. All right. And that really hurts. But we do have leftovers, so we do heal up a little bit. And then this would make me even faster and stronger. So at this point we're doing double damage. Garganackle, which is the salt Pokemon. I can't remember how water does against rock. So let's find out. Super effective. Well then. Ooh. Ooh. The leftovers kept me alive. Oh, Aqua Step again. Keep increasing my speed. Oxy will keep increasing my attack power. So we're doing 2.5 times damage now. Cloister, which is water. So I could switch to Meowscarada. You know what? Sure. Guacaval can come in for a last-minute hit if I need them to. And Flower Trick. Good enough. And then finally, Mabostiff. You know what? No, let's bring Quaquaval back out. They're currently the one that they're the fastest. They have the most boosts to their damage at the moment. So even if they're not very effective, it should be okay. So they did lose some attack. Could do close combat. Are they fighting? They are fighting. Okay. What happened to all their boosts? Does that no longer stay with you for the entire fight? Interesting. Well, guess I'm going with this. Let's celebrate your full recovery with a glow up. Time to terrestrialize Mabostiff. Again, where did you get that? I thought it was a special thing for, like, late year students or something. Oh, and you are faster. And you're dark type, I think. If that's the case, let's go with Gardevoir. I do have enough that I should be able to be okay for this. Especially if I am faster. There we go. Guess I have a high enough level for Area 0. You're so close, Mabostiff. So close. But, Yoko, thanks, little buddy. Dang, this is the strength of someone who could take down those Titan Pokemon, huh? Yeah, much as I hate to admit it, I do think we're gonna need some more support. The Pokemon in Area 0 are super strong, and there are all sorts of weird machines there too. I'd say we need at least 2 more people. Somebody with some champion ranked level skills. And somebody who can deal with crazy tech. Well, amazing that you're being so specific about the requirements. Sounds like Nimona. That sounds like Penny. Let's go with my rival, Demona. Student Council President? You're probably right. That girl can take on any Pokemon that comes at her. She's a beast. Huh. Well, seems like you've been busy making some pretty useful friends. I'll reach out to them and organize things. You just make sure you're there. The meeting place will be the Zero Gate. It's this facility out on the edge of the Great Crater. I'll send you the info on how to find it, so don't keep us waiting forever. Okay. Hopefully I've put a mark in my map as well. Path of Legends complete. Head to the Zero Gate, which is up here. Go meet Arvin at the Zero Gate so you can travel into the Great Crater of Paldea together. Oh, we'll fly here first. And who do I want in front? I guess Mousehold, because they can always run away. Just in case I run into something. And then heading up the path. Although I suppose I don't need to stick to the path, do I? Save a little time. And the gates are open. Okay, but who gave us permission to do this? Like, sure, Sada said that she needs help. But wouldn't we need, like, Professor Clavel's what am I trying to say? Would we need his permission? Or something similar? Alright. This doesn't look like it's a dangerous Pokemon. I just briefly saw myself there. Hey, over here. Okay, is that going to open up? This is the Zero Gate. It was made so researchers could try to observe the inside of the Great Crater of Paldea. What folks call Area Zero. It's our ticket down into the crater. Oh, speaking of the crater, you know that Pokemon of yours? The one I gave you? Area Zero is apparently where Koraidon was born, or something like that. Maybe it'll be happy that it can finally come back home? Not that I really care or anything. Anyway, our two new teammates should be waiting for us inside the Zero Gate. Guess we should head in. New quest? The way home? Alright then, in we go. Thought we were supposed to have friends to go here. Where are the other two? Alright, we're inside. Oh, kind of dark in here. Ah, there they are. Hola, Yoko. Arvin said there'd be tons of strong Pokemon, so here I am. Once she heard she'd get to battle awesome Pokemon, she was here in a second. You're an annoying little pest at the academy, but I guess you could come in handy for this. I guess they were waiting inside for me? Spoken like a guy who wants to get beaten in a battle. But more importantly, why is it so dark? And where's these awesome Pokemon? Okay, so they must have gotten here at a similar time. Yeah, it is weird that the lights are off. Last time I was here, the electricity was up and running. But now, the electricity is up and running. Well, now the lights are on. But why? I turned them on. Hello, Penny. Seems like they were on power saving mode. I hacked into the system's controls and overrode the settings. I mean, you say you hacked into it, but wouldn't something like just the power saving mode not necessarily need any hacking skills? You just go in and like, maybe hit the space bar or something to make the screen turn on? I don't know. I suppose if you needed to hack into it, you needed to hack into it. Oh, it's you. The kid with the fluffy Eevee bag. I guess? My name's Penny. Well, hey, you never get to actually talk. I'm Nimona. I'm in Class 1A. You must be some kind of tech whiz. Do you like Pokemon battling too? You talk like way too much. The director introduced us. When you need someone good with tech, she's a no-brainer. Anyway, Penny here also agreed in a second. Sorry. Penny here also agreed in a second when she heard it was to help Yoko. Not really the adventuring type, but I owe you, Yoko, and I pay my debts. She's surprisingly old-fashioned like that. And of course, everyone knows me, Arvin. My love includes my Mabostiff and cooking and biometric identification and progress. Hello, Yoko. I've been expecting you. And it seems you have gathered a group of formidable allies as well. Sorry? Who are you? That's my mom. Probably. What? That's Professor Sada? Nimona, student ID number 805C001. And Penny, student ID number 803B121. I wonder if those numbers actually mean something. Like, I mean, other than like just a 7-digit identification thing. Like, I wonder if the C means like they're a third-year student, and the B means they're a second-year student or something. Because the 001, oh, you know what? That might be their rank for, like, fighting Pokemon, I guess. Because that would make sense for Nimona, since she is a champion, to have a rank of 001. And then Penny could be ranked 121. I don't know. I'm just thinking if there is a reason for the numbers that are given. But then again, I suppose if it's an ID, having your Pokemon rank change your ID number would be kind of a hassle. So, never mind. Forget I was thinking about that. I thank you for coming. Of course, Professor. Oh my gosh, it's such an honor to meet you in person. I don't think she's here in person, but okay. I mean, maybe not in person, exactly. Arvin, did you tell your mom about us? When would I have done that? Well, I don't know. Anytime you've possibly talked to her? To begin with, I'd like to ask you all to make your way down to the Great Crater of Paldea. You can reach the lower chamber using the elevator you see to your right. Mom? Please proceed below. Are they not on good terms? Must not be. Alright, but again, like, who's giving us permission to go here? Because if we go down into the crater and we don't have permission, we're probably going to get in trouble. And I don't know if Penny wants to be in any more trouble than she's already in. But, you know, whatever. Mona says, I wonder if the professor's any good at Pokemon battling. Possibly. Sada used to be really famous. Everyone knew who she was. Knew, huh? But she hasn't been in the media in, like, ages. Which means... Okay, so a little bit that I'm remembering about Penny is, of course, the previous year she got in trouble for being the leader of the star team. She took on the punishment for being the one in charge, or the figurehead, I guess, because technically none of them are in charge. They're all equals. But her punishment was to be sent to the Gala region for a year, I think. Or maybe less than a year. I can't remember the exact amount of time. But a year or less. So if she's talking about not being in the news for ages, would probably mean that it's been at least a year, and however long this year's gone so far, a year and change, I guess. So, I mean, granted, I kind of know that Arvin hasn't spoke to her in a long time, so I guess I'm just making other points that aren't necessarily necessary. Guess we'd better proceed below as requested. Alright. Alright, well, I was suddenly teleported there. That was a bit odd. So can we do anything with this stuff? Like, this obviously looks like a door that can open. Shutter on this side doesn't seem like it'll open. Perhaps it's broken. Okay, fine. Whatever these mysterious machines are, they seem to be constantly running calculations. Same with this one? Yeah. How about up here? Nothing? Well, this has levers to it. Can't pull the levers? Fine. Is there one over on this side? No. But this area is controlled by an off-site location, or off-site from this location, I guess. That's... Hold on. Can I leave? Where are you off to, Yoko? We're supposed to head down. Okay. I just wanted to see. What do we got in here? Alright, everyone. Strange door. Biometric identification in progress. Identities confirmed. Access granted to lower level. Ooh, it opened up. It opened for us automatically. Not quite. Looks to me like someone's controlling this thing remotely. It also sounds that way, too. Once you step through, you'll be above Area 0. Yoko, you have brought Koridon with you? Yes? I thank you for bringing it with you on your many adventures. If you utilize Koridon's gliding capabilities, you should be able to descend into the depths to reach Area 0. How did everyone else get down there? Is this how the expedition went as well? They just hopped out, have your flying Pokemon, and you land down at the bottom? If you've got a flying Pokemon, what's the point of needing to explore? But, oh well. What? Isn't there like an elevator or something? And wait, did you say Koridon can fly? When you reach the bottom, I will get in touch. Let me try that again. When you reach the bottom, I will get in touch once again. I hope your trip is uneventful. Railroading people into stuff, just like always. I can't wait to see what Pokemon live down in Area 0. Let's go. And off she runs. That girl, is she like incapable of fear or what? Who knows? I guess it depends on her Pokemon. If she thinks that she can defeat it with Pokemon, then she has nothing to fear. I guess we better go too. I mean, I don't think you guys can go without me. Can't ride on you. Well, what if I, whoa. This is one big container. It looks like at some point it was used to move. Oh, I suppose. It's on like a rail, so would have gone this way and what, just drop supplies in? Looks like there's another container behind it. Maybe it has a parachute of some sort. Lots of containers here, but it's not clear what they're for. Everyone is waiting on you to head down. There's no turning back now. Okay. I mean, sure. I just wanted to have a look around. I guess we're ready to go. Yoko, ready for the worst? Actually, no. Hold on. Well, we're all waiting on you. Just say the word as soon as you're ready. I talk to y'all first? Oh, look, Yoko. This is even higher up than looking down from the top of a lighthouse. Is it? I suppose it might be. I can't see anything but clouds. How far down do you think it goes? Yoko, ready for the worst? Alright. Yes. Good. That's all we needed to hear. Get out that Pokemon of yours and we'll be off. Well, here we go. There is Koridon. What's the matter with it? Scared of heights. That's what I'd say. Well, no wonder. But no need to be scared if we go together. How does that logic work? Get on. Also, don't leave without me, please. How's nobody falling off of this? Penny's just sitting backwards, of all things. Oh, I suppose that's not too bad. Lean against the person that's sitting forward. Oh, it's not so bad down here. It doesn't look that way. Alright, so that's where we came from, I guess. Now we're on the ground. Where's Nimona? And now I'm back here again. I think I might have died once or twice there. What's wrong, Rhydon? Not that you can say anything, but not that you can say anything I understand, I guess. It chose to go back into the Pokeball? It's probably just hungry or something. Wait a second. Where's the student council girl? What? She's gone. You don't think she... Everyone, you have to see this. Area Zero is amazing. Come on already. I guess your ability would be own tempo, huh? Biometric identification in progress. 4 humans identified. Condition satisfactory. Satisfactory? Alright. Vital signs all within normal range. It appears you were able to make the descent without being harmed. Huh. Yeah, sure. Smooth sailing. Who could possibly complain about a landing like that? That is good. I had concerns you might fail, given the crudeness of the only available access method. I think your mom's sarcasm detector needs fixing. Ah, you were worried about us? That's so sweet. You should now make your way to me at sorry. You should now make your way to me at the Zero Lab, in the deepest part of Area Zero. However, the entrance to the lab is barred by 4 locks, installed on the exterior, which I cannot unlock. So she is locked in the lab. 4 locks? On your way to me, you must visit 4 research stations that were constructed inside the crater. Okay, so just standard buildings, I guess. At each station, you'll be able to disable one of the locks. Do so as you make your way down. I hope you succeed. Yes, let's disable the 4 locks and get into the lab. Sounds kind of video gamey when you say it out loud, huh? Come on, time to find our way to the deepest part of Area Zero. Alright. Oh, they're still actually here. I cannot talk to them, though. Alright. Well, what's back over here? There's sparkles flying through the air. Again, I don't really know why I'm looking around. There really isn't anything that I know of that I need to be looking for. except the spikes, I think, are the most likely thing, which... Oh, hello, Pokemon suddenly appearing. These aren't... Oh, but it's not showing me, like, what's nearby. Interesting. Also, by our picture, we're still on the outside. It's too bad we're not in this anywhere. Alright, what level are these? Level 52. So less than what I've been countering. So not too bad. But I have encountered them already. Oh, there's a bit of crystalline on the tree. We cannot ride on here. Okay. Ooh, item. So this is the inside of the Great Crater of Paldea, Area 0. Feels different from just seeing it in our textbooks. It's so intense. Normally we'd never be able to get in here to see it ourselves. Huh? Wait, where'd Crydon go? Seems like it got spooked by something. It's hiding in its ball. Oh, that's not good. Can we even get back to the surface without it? Should be alright. Last time I was here, caught a flying taxi out of the crater. They always come through if you're something. Why didn't you just call the professor if she's down here? Didn't get along or something? None of your business, Pipsqueak. Geez, no need to bite my head off. What are you getting all huffy about? Oh, come on, you two. This is an adventure. Let's just have a good time. Okay, with text going on like that, I can see why it was good to slow down the text, because I had no control over how fast that was going. But it looks like there are items down here. Are they any good? Oh. Gotta watch out for aggressive Pokemon, I guess. Raichu is down here. Okay. Alright. There's the first building, it seems. Floette. And the map is not actually doing anything. Okay, so not great. At this point, the map is pretty much useless. And it doesn't look like there's any new Pokemon in this area, unless they're like the new ones in this area are rare. I can't use the map to see if this is the right direction or not. I don't think so, because I saw the building down below. So, just kind of having a look around, see if there are any new Pokemon in the area. There's new items on the ground, so that's good if nothing else. Get another one of these over here. Doesn't look like it's a new one though. Another dusk stone, cool. Mostly berries though. Be nice if I could ride Crydon down here, but I guess doesn't really like carrying more than one person. Or, I mean, he is afraid of the area for some reason too, but still. Alright. Doesn't seem like there's any new Pokemon in that area. So, off to this side, I guess. Just have a look. And I suppose there are a few things that might be hidden away in a corner or something, like whatever it is to evolve an antique Sinesti or something like that. Not that I have one, but you know, from my understanding is there's a 1% chance that a Sinesti you encounter will be antique versus phony. And I'm not sure if I like that, because I think the same thing applies to the Sinest Cha. Or, yeah. There's a 1% chance that it is an antique versus a phony. And if I do decide to start shiny hunting, I don't know if I have the patience to do that. Well, scratch that. I do have the patience to do that. It's just a matter of I wouldn't do it on stream. So I think if I decide to shiny hunt, like at first I was thinking I would not make use of the Herba Mystica because okay, so from what I've read, because I was interested in the whole... Oh, hello, Draffery. From what I've read, in order to effectively shiny hunt, you need a few things. You need to beat the game and obtain a shiny charm. No. You get a shiny charm from filling out the Pokedex. You fill out the Pokedex, or you can't fill out the Pokedex until you beat the game. So you have to beat the game, fill out the Pokedex, and then you get a shiny charm from somebody. And shiny chances, from my understanding, are a 1 in 4,096, I think. Just round it off. 4,000, a 1 in 4,000 chance for a shiny Pokemon normally. And I have seen that occasionally. Oh, hello. And then having so that's a 1 in 4,000. Having a shiny charm adds 3 points to that 1. So now you have a 4 in 4,000. Basically, each point you have is a roll on the chart. It's not really giving you better odds, it's just giving you more chances at the odds. So by having a shiny charm, you increase that to about a 1 in 1,000, or 4 in 4,000. Other than that, you can make sandwiches that increase the chances of shiny Pokemon. And that can add 1 to 2 points, depending on the level of the sandwich you make. And since every sandwich, from what I've read, requires 2 Herba Mystica to make the shiny chance go up, there's no point in making a level 1 or level 2 sandwich. So I believe that adds another 2 points. So then you're up to a 6 in 4,000 chance. Oh, so Penny, how did you wind up with something something? Huh? Well, I guess she just really came through for me. Everything was going off the rails, school was a mess, and my friendship, well, ditto. Yoko was a big help getting all that sorted out. So she helped you out too while she was tackling all the gyms? That's wonderful. What about you then, Nimona? Yoko and I are classmates, neighbors back home too. Plus, I said she should aim to be a champion. She did it. So now I've got a champion bud. Wait, what? That's wild. Hold it right there, you two. You think you've got cool friendship origin stories with Yoko? They're nothing compared to what me and her went through. Our friendship's on another level. Nobody asked you. Stop trying to flex on us. Guess we're all going with the Buds with Yoko Club. Okay. And then there was another way to increase the chances of shiny Pokemon showing up, but I can't recall what that is at the moment. Oh, outbreaks. So an outbreak means, if I bring up the map here, so at the moment we've got tons of outbreaks happening. We've got these things here. We've got this thing here. We've got a ton of Eevee outbreaks all over the place at the moment. At least until the end of today, I think. So, when you have an outbreak and you defeat 30 of the Pokemon in the outbreak, it increases your chances by another point. And if you defeat 60 in that outbreak, it increases your chances by yet another point. So you get 2 points for defeating enough of an outbreak, but not to the point where it actually disappears. So at best you can have an 8 in 4,000 chance, or I believe a 1 in 512 equivalent chance. So that whenever you see an outbreak Pokemon, they have a chance of a 1 in 500 chance of being a shiny Pokemon. So, but also you can increase your chances. Like what I've noticed, and I don't know how specific this is, but outbreak Pokemon are just, individual Pokemon that spawn, like these guys are. That, oops, hello. Didn't mean to run into that. But again, we can run. Have a 100% chance of running away successfully with Household. So all of these down here are kind of spawning individually. Sometimes in the overworld you can get a group of Pokemon to spawn. So usually it's either just a bunch of your basic Pokemon, and then an evolved form, or like one evolved form and several unevolved forms all together. Those I do not believe are outbreak Pokemon. So they're not affected by the 2 points bonus that you would get for clearing most of an outbreak out. But they would still be they would still get the 6 in 4,000 chance. So, I mean, they're still useful. And you can increase your odds by going to a place, like if the outbreak is happening in a place where only a certain type of Pokemon are spawning, you could eat a sandwich that makes that type of Pokemon appear more often. So, effectively, you're increasing your chances of getting shiny Pokemon. How long that takes, I've read that you could, in the half hour that the sandwich lasts, so you defeat your 60 Pokemon, and then you sit down, make a sandwich. You then have a half hour to make use of the effects of. Okay, so right there in the corner, you have like evolved Pokemon and 3 unevolved ones. I don't believe those would count towards a outbreak. As an example. But it's my understanding that you could get in that half hour 2 to 3 shiny Pokemon. So, oh, what's going on? Oh, I bet that's what we're looking for. Really waited till we're close, huh? That must be one of the buildings the professor was talking about. Oh yeah, what were they called? Radish rations? What? Radish rations? Research? How? Okay, I understand. There's got to be some sort of... I don't know. Arvin, come on. You know what a research station is. Well, I was close. No, you weren't. Wow, you have such a great memory, Penny. No, she doesn't. Arvin just doesn't have a great memory, I guess. What's great is my common sense compared to you lot, apparently. I agree, Penny. Ah, what the heck is that? That's a Pokemon La Primera uses. I didn't know that species could be found in the Great Crater. I didn't know it couldn't be found in the Great Crater. Come on, Yoko, let's take it on together. Okay. 2 versus 1. I don't think I'm gonna have too much to worry about. Level 62. Well, my abilities aren't very effective, but this will work. Never mind, you got it under control. For once, I wasn't needed for the battle. Are there going to be a lot more of these rare Pokemon down here, you think? You think that was something? Please, I've got no idea how terrifying Area Zero really is. Wow, patronizing much? Easy, you two. Let's just head inside to the research station. Or sorry, head inside the research station. I can't move. There we go. Alright, well, let's have a look. No, I wanted the item. Oh well. Wow, are these ancient ruins? They look far too recent for that. It appears you have reached your first research station without incident. This facility was constructed 87 years ago as a way station for those surveying Area Zero. So that's why there's a bed. Looks like we can use this place to rest up if we need to. Yoko, if you'd be so kind as to disable the first lock on the lab using the central panel. Sure. Let me have a look around. No, don't want to rest yet. I just wanted to see this. Thanks to my prototype Terra Orb, I secured corporate funding for my research and made a laboratory in the lighthouse near Cabo Poco. Someday, though, I'll return to the crater and resume my studies of these crystals. We've determined that the energy crystallization is linked to the being we call something or other. The interlocking hexagonal plates that comprise its shell must somehow cause this phenomenon, which I've dubbed terrestrializing. Store seemed broken. Won't work. Alright. Oh, boop. There goes the button. Oh, here in a moment. Do you want to press the button to disable one of the locks on Zero Lab? Yes. You heard the professor. Better press it. Lock disabled. 3 of 4 locks are still active. Well done. Please continue your efforts at the remaining research stations. Oh, what is that? What was that? Let me go back in. And the item's gone. Oh well. What is this? Where would you like to go? Ah, it's a teleport. Okay. Just didn't see it on my way in. But now I have to consider how much further I'm going. Oh, I almost never saw my mom in my whole life. Oh, is it time for backstory reveal? Penny, shh. She was always busy with work, hardly ever came home. I cooked for myself, cleaned for myself, but Bobostif was the only one I had to talk to. So yeah, I don't really know her at all, even if she's my mom. I tried not to think about it too much, tried to just be proud that she was this famous genius. But the truth is, I would have rather had a mom who was there, even if she wasn't anything great. I haven't seen her for ages now, unless you count seeing her in the news or whatever. Used to at least get emails sometimes, but even those stopped a couple years ago. Then she appears out of the blue and tells me we've got to come to Area Zero. Some family, right? Oh, but we're not here to judge or anything. And I'm sorry about earlier. I shouldn't have snapped at you like that. Nah, I was also giving you a hard time. Sorry, Penny. My name's Penny. You know, you're actually pretty nice for a little pipsqueak. Don't call me pipsqueak, you big lunk. That's the spirit, you two. But what I was gonna say is I need to decide I I don't know how far I'm going to get at this point because I've got about quarter of an hour till I'm usually done. Um, and I don't know. I highly doubt that I will be able to finish this in that amount of time. So, but at the same time, I also want to see if I can get far enough to find some new Pokemon in the area. Because all the ones out here seem like they're all just what there usually is. Also, it's interesting to note that you're not allowed in here, but if you need to leave, you can always you can always call a taxi. Apparently, taxis are allowed to come in here. I suppose at least one would need to be allowed to come in here. So maybe there's just one taxi person that has the qualifications, and all the others are just normal. We're kind of under an overhang here. Bunch of palmy down here. Alright, at this point I think I'm gonna at least move forward a bit. I don't think I'm going to finish it. Oh, last time I came to the Great Crater, I was trying to go see my mom. Got about this far, then I got attacked by some kind of creature I've never seen before. Really? What kind of Pokemon was it? It wasn't even like a Pokemon, or like this crazy violent rampaging sort of thing. You sure it wasn't just a Pokemon that's a little more, I don't know, rampagey than average? Yeah, I'm sure. It was like a completely different creature altogether. And it hurt my Bustiff really bad, so it's not like I'd just forget. I don't ever want to run into that awful thing again. It was that strong, huh? Then I really hope I get to see it. That's what I figured you'd say. You're real tactless sometime, Nimona. You know that? But I don't think I'm going to get through this, but I'm going to get as far as I can and then prepare for next stream to probably be the last one for story. There's still a lot to do, though, I think. Still have all the stakes to find. I'd intended to do that by now, but I forgot to look up where the ones I'm missing are, which means, of course, that I have to go through each and every one, because I certainly don't remember which ones I found and which ones I haven't. I would say I've probably found half. I don't know how many there are for each, but I had a look at the one of the gates. They each have 4 chains. So if each one I find removes a chain, then there's like 16. So I don't have an exact number, but I feel like I've probably found 8. So probably half of them. Alright, here is another station. Probably have to fight another thing again, if things continue on as they have been. Second research station. About time, too. Phew, let's head in and take a breather. Thought you'd have a bit more stamina, student council girl. I'm just full of surprises. That wasn't a compliment, you know. Oh, hello. Hey, look, a Jigglypuff. It's good to see some nice familiar Pokemon down here, too. Um, I don't know if Jigglypuff have the fangs. Huh? Oh my gosh, so cute. I mean, that's kind of what Mawile is about, right? It looks good, but it's really just a giant mouth that chomps things. What the? Ah, Yoko, it's battle time. So glad it's giving us time to, uh, bring out Pokemon to fight it. Oh, hold on. Can I catch it? What's going on? I cannot catch it. Interesting. Scream Tail. Well, let's use Population Bomb then. Use Psychic Fangs. It doesn't affect Umbreon. Oh, good. This won't defeat it, but 5 hits. I don't know why we're so zoomed in. Maybe let me just do that. And let's do another one of these. Oh, ow. Might be able to defeat it. One more. There we go. Wonderful. That's a lot of experience, too. Seriously, what was that? Darn thing scared me half to death. It was definitely kind of ferocious for a Jigglypuff, wasn't it? No kidding. Come on, let's get inside already. One more jump scare like that and I'm done for. What are the levels of things out here? Like 50s? 56? Okay. So probably about the same as the final area in Kitakami. Well, this looks pretty much the same as the first research station. Seems like wild Pokemon don't come in here. We should be safe to catch our breath. Hey, seriously, what's with this place? That Pokemon. I've been wondering about that myself. I think maybe that Pokemon was one of these? Huh? What's that book? Monsters of Area Zero. As we descended further into the Area Zero, we began catching glimpses of mysterious Pokemon, though we wondered if these huge ferocious beasts were indeed Pokemon at all. One of our team suffered a brutal blow from such a beast and was mortally wounded, forcing us to retreat for a time. A member of the survey team captured this photograph by chance. Noticed passing resemblance to the Pokemon known as Donphan, yet differences such as its sheer size and the shape of its back set it apart, as do its great tusks. Monsters of Area Zero. So they aren't actually Pokemon? I don't really know. What do you think, Yoko? I mean, I'm gonna say I think they're just really are just Pokemon, but just because you haven't seen one. Like, everything in this world is a Pokemon. So, why wouldn't these be? Yeah, same. I mean, they look different, sure, but they use moves and battle just like the Pokemon we know. Suppose the time has come for an explanation. Professor, some of the life forms that you see residing now within Area Zero are ancient Pokemon that lived in the distant past, long lost to us. Ancient Pokemon? What? That's awesome. Oh, come on. There's no way that's possible. The Zero Lab, where I'm located, contains a time machine. Oh, we've got a time machine? I mean, it's not the first Pokemon game to have time travel involved. But whatever. Alright. It summons the ancient Pokemon to this place. So the thing my mom spent forever researching down here, she actually got it working? Indeed. Though the cost was catastrophic. The cost? But a time machine? You mean you can actually travel to and from the past? It is theoretically possible to travel to the past. However, for a being such as a human, it would not be possible to return to the present. Well, that's horrifying. Mom, you... Why did you call us here to Area Zero? Arvin, If possible, I would like us to speak when we can meet face to face. It will be easier for you to understand once you can see the situation for yourself. Now then, Yoko. Please use the central panel here and disable another lock on my lab. Want to press the button to disable a lock? Yes. 2 of 4 are still active. Well done. Please continue your efforts at the remaining research stations. Hey, Yoko. You know that book she told me to bring? I think it's got something to do with this place. Or more like, everything to do with this place. But I'm not the one she expects to fix whatever all that is. You are. I think you should be the one to carry it. Okay, yeah, I mean, I could have just borrowed one from the library. But sure, I now have the Scarlet book. Book has the name Sada written on it, clumsy handwriting. Okay, so this is her personal book, or her family book. Take care of it for me, okay, Yoko? Okay. And just check a few more of these research things. The crystal's power is tremendous. Their unstable output made our corporate backers fret, but if we can harness this energy, we'll open up research possibilities we've only dreamed of. At last, paradise will be ours to create. Sounds a lot like what the Galar region was going through. They were using the Gigantamax to power their cities. At last I can resume work on the Terra project. I'll move my research to the Zero Lab this month. My team will be smaller, but no matter. The strong influence of the crystals makes our experiments much more unstable. Alright, and I think that's where I'm going to call it. Halfway through the locks. And hopefully... You know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can just leave. Right, we're inside. Hold on. We might get another cutscene here. Just... There we are. What's your parents like, Nimona? My parents? Normal, I guess. Are you serious? Even I know about your dad. He's on the board of the Rotom Phone Company. Wait, how do you know that? Everyone knows that. He's famous. I guess I looked into him for my own reasons, too. So, Nimona's actually some pampered little princess from a rich family? No, no way. That's not my thing. Though, yeah, I guess you could say mother and father were like hands off, but in a good way. My big sister will probably take over the business, so they're pretty much let me do what I wanted. Wait, you call them mother and father? That's some pampered little princess stuff right there. What? Penny, what is your family's super normal then? My family is unbelievably annoying. Like super overprotective, you mean? It's just my dad. He's loud and clingy and makes up weird nicknames for me, like Pen Pen. He's the most annoying guy in the world, period. He's the worst. Man, that's real downer for your dad, having his own daughter describe him like that. Don't you dare take his side. Yoko? How about you? Mother seems super nice. Better? Yep. Got a glimpse of an amazing looking sandwich she made too. Really? Wish I could have seen that. I bet it'd taste great. Maybe. Alright. I wanted to see. They said I could take a taxi out of here. Fly here. Okay. So I can leave. I think that there's a teleport in the building so I can get back without too much trouble. I just wanted to make sure I could actually leave the place before stopping for the night, because I don't want to not be able to play for a week, I guess. I do a lot of Pokemon breeding and trading and such like that. So what I normally do is I take a look at the Pokemon that are exclusive. That's what the word I'm looking for. So the Scarlet exclusive, the Violet exclusive, and the starter Pokemon. Those are the main three that I take a look at, and I get a bunch of them. I pretty much spend a few hours every day just getting some of the Pokemon and sending them out because, well, one of the difficult things for doing this is, a lot of people only do the random trades. So I figure if I'm sending out so many of these, it might be a little easier for some people to actually get some of the Pokemon that they really need. So I just wanted to make sure that I could do more of that over the week. But next session, depending on what's going on, might be the last one for a story. And once I'm done with the story, I'll have to figure out what I want to do because, okay, so it's nearing the end of November. I think that there's one more session that I can do in November. And then the next DLC expansion starts on the 14th. So that's 3 weeks until then. So I don't think the story is going to take me through that far. Like, I'm probably going to be done with the story next session. And then the session after be whatever end game or after the end game stuff there is. So something I found out in the other Pokemon games that I was doing, that I have streamed, apparently something there's something to do after the story is done. So, and I just kind of stumbled across it when hopping into the games another time to see what's going on. So, for example, the Pokemon Sword and Shield. Normally, when you start it up, you get the introduction of a big stadium, and there's fanfare and stuff going on. But one of the times I loaded in, it was just ominously quiet. We were looking at the, I think it was a grave site in the mysterious area in that game. So, like, I think that's where I need to go to start up whatever is in the after game for that. So I'm expecting there's probably something like that here. Um, so that could be another session as well. So that'd take up 2 weeks. And then the third week, I don't know. Maybe do some shining hunting. If anyone's around and wants to group together, that would also be an interesting thing. I've gotten to do that a couple times. I think, like last week, I was grouped up with somebody. We were finishing up the game together, but I haven't seen them tonight, so maybe they're busy. Um, but yeah, I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll just be, trading Pokemon and just chatting while doing so. I don't know. We'll see. But I, I guess if nothing else, I can go back to one of the other games temporarily and do some story in that. But we'll see. And of course, after December 14th, we can start on the DLC. Which reminds me, I am putting together a group of Pokemon to use in the new DLC expansion. Hopefully it's going to be like the previous one, where everything's going to scale to your level. That'd be wonderful. So if I go to my boxes here, where was it? So this page right here, and where I'm keeping all the Dittos that I capture and trade for. These are, other than Ogerpon, of course, these are some Pokemon that I've never seen before, that I've got a level 1 version of each. Basically, I've obtained them through trading, bred one of my own to start it at level 1, and so I'm kind of putting together a team of Pokemon that I might want to use that I've never seen before. And then also Ogerpon, but I can't have a level 1 Ogerpon. Gotta stick with a level 20. So I'll have like 5 or 6 in here. We'll see. I've gotten, while reading about stuff, I accidentally spoiled myself a little. I do know that there are more Pokemon being added from previous games. And I know that my favorite Pokemon, style-wise, not necessarily battle-wise, is going to be one of the ones that gets added in. So as soon as that happens, I may bring in a level 1 of that as well, which is like the evolved version is Alcremie. So I forget what the unevolved version of that is, but I'll probably bring one of those in with a little item equipped to evolve it, and As long as there's not a, well, maybe I'll evolve it at level 1 if there's not a level requirement. So I'll be bringing in one of those to be on the team. They seem like a support Pokemon, so I don't know how well they will work. But there's also um, dual battles that happen as well. But we'll see. Um, but yeah, I'm putting together a low level group. Might raise these all to level 5 like the last group was. And then Ogrepon will jump in once once I get them all to level 20. And Ogrepon I like because, well, they have 4 different forms. So may be able to get some good use out of that. Anyway, I am babbling on for a bit more than I intended. I'll be streaming more the rest of the week. Feel free to stop by. Next week, of course, it will be Pokemon. On the same date, same time, But I hope y'all enjoyed the session tonight. And I will talk to y'all next time. Have a good night.